What's going on, guys? This is Damien from the Lookout and welcome to our How to Play Dr. Hedo deck. The best red deck that we have had in a while. My contender for the best red deck as of right now. Cause this one does what you want to do in red and does it phenomenally well. This deck is absurd. You're gonna see, it's basically Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 deck, it's absurd. But before we begin this video, huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely $2 and up patrons who buy us coffee. They keep this machine going. Guys, your help is highly appreciated, it's really highly appreciated, it helps us out a lot, and eventually we will have the funds to buy a new table. I have some splinters. Anyway, guys, if you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to the Patreon is in the description below. And I think that's it. Roll the video! As with all of our videos, let's start with the breakdown. So in this video, I will give you an archetype breakdown of Dr. Hedo. I'll show you lines of play, interactions, I will show you my deck list, and then we will go over the first 3 turns of the game, and then we'll just wrap it up with a summary. Let's go! Here is our leader, Dr. Hedo. The front side is not the best. It's not the best. When he attacks, he basically tutors for a card. Tutoring is good. Tutoring is good. Sometimes it's better than draw 1, depending on the way that your deck is structured and what you want to do. But don't get fooled into thinking that this is a good front side. The good front side is one that actually allows you to draw turn 1 without attacking. That's phenomenal. This one is, just kinda dead. Turn 1 if you go first. Doesn't matter. Activate main with tutors is, like I said, much better than auto. Much better. Infinitely better than just tutor on auto. And the positive thing here is that at least it's easy to awaken. And awakening turn 2 is always great. And once Dr. Hedo awakens, oh my god, on the awakened side, this guy's phenomenal. Like, this is a very, very good awakened side. Oh my god. Permanent gives your Gamma's barrier on your turn. So, by default, for free, all of your cards in your deck, which are gonna be Gammas, have barrier on your turn. Just flat out for free. That's phenomenal. But he also does some other cool things. He draws 2. Drawing 2 is always good to have. You need to pitch 1 to draw 2, and you need to pitch a specific card, a Red Ribbon Army card, but that's like the majority of your deck, and then you get to draw 2, that's fine. His biggest power is Activate Main. Oh my god. Once per turn, choose up to 1 red Gamma 1. It has to be Gamma 1 with an energy cost of 3 or less, and switch it to active mode. Now you might be thinking, if you haven't seen this archetype before, you might be thinking, well, you just can't switch this to active mode. Yeah, you will see. You will see what happens when you switch it to active mode. But let's keep it at that so far. You know what, guys, I'm not gonna leave you in suspense. Here is what happens. This is what makes Hedo so strong. So, the majority of your cards have this ability. When you switch Gamma 1 to active mode using your leader's ability, something cool happens. You either minus things, or you gain a new ability, or you just kinda restand. 99% of the time, if you just switch 1 Gamma 1 to active mode with your leader's ability, you will basically restand your entire field. That's what you're gonna do. So Hedo gives all of your guys barrier and dual attack for free, completely for free. We're gonna dig deeper into that when we get to the turn breakdown. Here is our Z extra card. This one is amazing. You can cheat in your Gamma cards in rest mode for free. You can cheat them in rest mode, of course, completely for free. And you also have a huge payoff on turn 4, but nobody really cares because you're just gonna kill your opponent before turn 4. And then if it happens that somehow you don't kill them by turn 4, then you can do something else. I don't really care about that one. You can play your Gammas for free. That's the big payoff here. Trust me, it gets insane when you start using this ability. We also have a Z battle card. Actually, we have two, but nobody cares about Cell. Like, literally nobody cares about Cell. Cell is garbage. Like, it's basically, oh, you get this free card, and then you realize that it takes away your Z card slot, and then you realize that it has literally nothing to do with the deck itself. And then you're like, yeah, okay, cool. This is the Z battle card that you wish to run. Like, run two of these just in case. This one is phenomenal. It's so stupid insane. First off, permanent. Reduce its energy cost by 1 and reduce its Z cost by 1 if you have Gammas out. So 1 red, 1 Z energy. He has barrier. Keep in mind, this is a Gamma card. He has barrier because of your leader. Then his other permanent. If you have 3 or more energy, your Gammas get plus 5k power during your turn. All of your Gammas. All of your Gammas. So here's what the deck does. You have a free barrier across the board from your leader during your turn. You have plus 5k across the entire board from this card, completely for free. You have a free play from your Z extra card once per turn, and when you use your leader's ability, you basically restand the entire field. But Gohan Beast is clearly the better one. Yeah, it's clearly the better one. Like, nah, guys, like, this one is insane. This is so good. Plus, on top of everything, when you switch a Gamma 1 to active mode, this one also restands. And he gains double strike for the turn. Here's the cool thing. He says when you switch a Gamma 1 to active mode, you don't need to switch him. You can just switch a Gamma 1 which you have played through your field card. Just switch that one after you have already attacked with this one, and then restand him, and then he gains the double strike for the turn. Yeah, I think you're starting to see the big picture here. Like, this is wow. Like, this deck is pure madness. We also have a boss monster here. This is your boss monster, not Cell. Cell has literally nothing to do with the deck itself. No. This is the one that you want to run. I mean, you can run Cell if you wish to do that, but you won't be able to restand him, and he won't get barrier, and he won't get plus 5k, and he'll basically just sit there and do nothing. This is the one that you wish to run. This one is amazing. Like, how are all of these Gamma cards so good? Because they're Gamma cards, of course, but still, just check this one out. So, when he's played, one of your red ribbon cards gains plus 5k for the turn. Solid. Completely solid. Auto, once per turn, when you restand a Gamma 1, he restands. Yeah. So, another free dual attacker. Awesome. But here is the activate battle for 1 energy. If your leader is red, goes into literally any red deck for 1 energy, and your opponent has 3 or more energy, draw 1, play him from your hand, choose up to 1 of your red cards, and it gains plus 10k for the battle. So, get a 15k, draw 1, buff something by plus 10k, and then when he enters, buff something else, and then he also gets to restand for free. This is phenomenal. Oh, and he also gains barrier and plus 5k because of your other cards. Yeah. Now let's talk about the big spooky. This is the big spooky that everyone has been talking about. Spooky scary Gamma. Why is it so spooky scary? Because it has an auto. Basically, you can give him an auto when you restand him and you restand the Gamma 1 and everything, but he gains an auto. At the end of a battle in which this card attacked, place it in your drop, and additionally, if your opponent's life is 3 or more, deal 1 damage to them. 1 damage to your opponent, regardless of whether or not they have negated the attack, is very spooky, big, scary. It looks like a very strong effect. And then, because the lookout is always here to watch out for you guys, we always have your backs covered. Look, a set of cards, which just flat out negates the effect. Yeah, this came out in set 14 and 15. Basically, they say that when you take damage, that's why they don't work versus Gohan, but they work versus this one. When you take damage, you just kind of play them for free from your hand, and then you get that 1 life back. You put a card from your deck into your life, and then you negate the skill. Doesn't matter. But there you go. Very big, spooky, much scary. Stopped by commons from set 14 and one of them from set 15, I believe. Black is the only color which doesn't have this, but yeah, I think black will manage somehow. But yeah, I think that's it. That's it for this slide. You're welcome. Go get these cards. They're going to finally be useful. Here is the deck list that we're gonna be using. So first off, if you're from US, this deck list is probably looking scary expensive to you. This is just my blueprint. It can be built as a budget version. I always try to make these ones look like as much as Archetype based as possible, and I just kind of ran out of space, so I was like, let's put Brawlies in. Don't worry, you can do very well without Brawlies. Don't worry about it, guys. We will have budget deck lists after everything is revealed. We're gonna do like budget lists, because I know that there's a lot of you asking for budget lists, and I don't blame you, because this game can really get expensive depending on your region. Anyways, deck list is in the description below, and now let's go into the turn breakdown. Now that you have seen the deck, let's jump into the mulligan. So, what are we keeping? Luckily our deck is super consistent, but we need some cards early on. So, we are definitely keeping Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, because we need them in order to awaken on turn 2. So we're keeping these two, and then for the third card you can basically get whatever. I prefer to get the boss monster, because this one is just stupid good. Yeah, it's very good, much better than Cell. So yeah, so get these two, and then the third slot can be basically whatever, but it's great to have your boss monster in hand. There is not so much tutoring, so it's always good to have this one in hand. And like, if in case you get like 2 of them or something, you can pitch one to draw. You can do something with them basically. So yeah, here's your mulligan. Now we're gonna show you turns 1, 2 and 3. This deck is phenomenal. This deck is stupid good. It's one of the best red decks that we have had in quite a while. Your first 2 turns are pretty much the same. After that, there's some variety, but the plan is the same. The plan is just to restand and then beat the crap out of your opponent. That's the plan. We're going to show you the first 3 turns with this deck. We'll be using the provided deck list, and we'll be assuming that you have kept the mulligan and that you went first. That's it. Let's see what the next best red deck can do. Turn 1, our slowest, weirdest turn. Here is our standard turn 1. So, you start the game, you charge 1, you play Dr. Hedo. This one is great. Why is it great? Because we don't really have a way to tutor a lot in this deck. So just play him, search top 5, add a card to your hand. Let's say it's this Gamma. Just add whatever you need, shuffle the deck, and then pass the turn. We sadly don't have any other good plays. There are no Gammas for 1 energy that we can play. And don't forget to charge Hedo to your Z energy. So on the next turn, combo with him. On your opponent's turn, combo with him, send it to the Z energy. We're gonna need him to get your Z extra card out. Turn 2, Awakening and Early Pressure. Alright, turn 2. Start, charge an energy, of course draw a card, and then you pay 1 and 1 Z energy to play Dr. Hedo's Lab. You use Activate Main to play Gamma 1 in rest mode. Then you pay 1 to play Gamma 2, because this Gamma 2 costs 1 if you have Gamma 1 out. And now it is time to awaken, because you have both Gammas out, you awaken, you draw 2 cards, and then you just kinda attack with your Gamma 2 and the attack resolves. Now, because Gamma 2 is attacking, you can use your leader's auto, you discard a card, you draw 2, and then use your activate main, targeting Gamma 1, the one that you played for free. You restand him, and then auto on Gamma 2 triggers, which says when Gamma 1 is switched to active mode, switch this card to active mode as well. Plus, both of them have barrier now. Now it's time to attack again. You attack with Gamma 2, and the attack resolves. After that, you still have 2 more attacks, so you attack with Gamma 2, that attack resolves, and then finally you attack with your leader, the attack resolves, and then you just pass the turn. Here is the result. So here's what you did on turn 2. Not counting lives, you drew 5 cards. You've attacked 4 times. 4 times on turn 2. You have awakened, you got your Z extra card out. And now regarding turn 3, for argument's sake, for the sake of the argument, let's just assume that your opponent had managed to clear your 2 Gamma cards from the board. It's not gonna happen always, but let's assume, just so that I can show you how explosive this deck can be on free energy. Turn 3, a full powered storm of blows. Oh my god, like this is... Just look at this. Just check this out. You start the turn, charge 1, activate main, free play your free drop Gamma in rest mode. Then pay 1 to play Gamma 2. Because remember, we are thinking of this like, hey, our opponent managed to clear everything. Because I don't really see a world where your opponent is just gonna be like, I'm gonna leave this on the board. So you have to re-establish your board. Then you pay 1 and you pay 1 Z energy to play the Z battle card. He's just gonna give all of your Gammas plus 5k, including himself. The Z battle card attacks, and then you pay 1 and use activate battle. Which activate battle? The one of your boss monster. So you play him, draw 1, and then give your Gamma plus 15k. Cause why not? Target this one, specifically this one, because first off you're attacking, and second, like this one is gonna restand and it's keeping 5k. So right now he's 35k barrier guy. No counters, auto triggers from your leader. Because you have a Gamma 2 here, discard 1, draw 2, attack resolves. Then attack with your boss monster, this attack resolves. Then attack with the 2 drop and this attack resolves as well. Now use your leader's activate main. You target Gamma 1, the one which you played in rest mode through your field card, not field, Z extra card. And now things are getting crazy. Your Z battle card restands, gains double strike. Your 2 cost, his auto triggers, restands. Your boss monster's auto triggers, restands. Now it's time to attack. You are now attacking with 25k Z battle card. So 5 from the boss monster, 5 from itself basically, and it has double strike. Then you're also attacking with your boss monster. Now you attack with the 2 drop, attack resolves. You attack with your leader, attack resolves, and then finally you attack with the free drop Gamma 1 which you played for free at the start of the game, at the start of the turn. This attack resolves and then you pass the turn. You most likely win, but you pass the turn. What is the result? Here's what you did on turn 3. Not counting lives, you drew 4 cards. Okay, you drew 4. You have attacked 8 times. 8 times. There was also like a double strike in there, so you attacked 8 times on turn 3. You've seen what this deck can do. Everything gets plus 5k, everything gets barrier, and then everything gets a free restand. You just swing, swing, swing. Your Z battle, you have your Z battle card, and you have your Hedo to make your Gammas huge. Regarding turn 4 onwards, you will just keep doing the same field swarm. You just keep doing the same with this deck. You can also get your Cell Max Z battle card if you really want to. You can get that one out. And that's kinda it. Then you just proceed to turn all of your cards sideways multiple times and then just kind of win. Before we end the video, let's just quickly jump into the summary. Dr. Hedo is the best deck that Red had in a while. Trust me, I know that some people are wondering like which is the best deck, the best red deck in this set. It is Dr. Hedo. Just like thinking Gohan is just way too funny. Dr. Hedo does everything that you want to do in red, and it just kind of beats the crap out of you. This deck has an extreme aggro potential. Just like you have seen, it has extreme aggro potential. It's super consistent. Everything has protection. You just kind of restand everything. Everything gets plus 5k, and you just keep swinging like crazy. Your opponent can't wipe your board during your turn. He can't play counterplays which KO your things because everything has barrier, and the only thing that you need to take care of is have a Beerus Ball ready if you're playing against something that wants to floodgate you, and just kind of drop Beerus Ball and say like, okay, fine, continue swinging. Your board is fragile. That's the biggest downside with this deck. Your board is fragile on your opponent's turn, but you just re-establish it for dirt cheap the next turn. So don't count that your board is really ever gonna survive, but unless your opponent has a board wipe, he needs to commit his attacks to your board, unless your opponent really wants to get swing like attack like 16 times or something in the next turn, because none of your cards have unique, by the way, so you can just keep swarming them like crazy. The deck lacks any sort of defense, which is a huge downside. That is a huge downside. There's zero defense in this deck, but that's good. I think that's good design wise for red. Just go aggro, go all out aggro, but you don't have defenses. It's easy to pilot, it's super fun. This is the closest to like, if you know Magic, it's the closest to red deck wins, and that's a playstyle that a lot of people enjoy. And so yeah, easy to pilot, super fun, and very archetype locked, so I highly recommend it to basically everyone. New players, current players, returning players, just play this deck. It's insane. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below. Are you hyped for Dr. Hedo? Like, I never expected Dr. Hedo to be this crazy, but this is more Gamma in red than Dr. Hedo. He's just the leader. So yeah, I'm super hyped for this one. I think that this is the better red deck, like by far the better red deck. What this deck does for free, for zero investment on every turn, is just absurd. It's just absurd what this deck can do. Anyways guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this deck? Are you hyped for it? Is it better than you expected it to be? Do you have some ideas for budget builds, some combinations that I might have missed? Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. I read all of your comments, I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And guys, please, we're on our way to 3,000 subs. Before you leave, click the share button, hit those like and subscribe buttons, help us grow, help us reach the goal of 3,000 subs, and then we're gonna have an awesome giveaway. This has been Damien from The Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.